Hey guys, I'm Kim Congdon.
I'm Alex Scarlato.
And welcome to Broad Topics. I think that we should start off by sparking this blunt and not even wasting another second.
Ooh.
I've been waiting for a blunt all day.
I'm really excited right now. I really haven't been myself. Like when we walked through the door, I was like, all I need is weed.
All I need is weed. So we haven't recorded in about a week. I'm trying to think of if there's anything new going on.
I have something.
What?
Okay, so I'm like graduating school this semester, and I have to film my thesis project, which I like put off basically until the very last minute because now it's like April and the delivered project is due May 15th or something, and I just held a casting session last Friday.
As you do with thesi.
Yeah, no, it's a film, so like the project is in a film form. But like, have you ever been to an audition before? Like, have you ever auditioned as an actress for something?
I've done like commercial auditions mostly.
Is it as terrible as it seems from the other end of the table?
It's fucking so awkward. It's like, it's unbearable how awkward it is.
I felt unbearable, like being the judgment. Like, first of all, I'm not offering to pay these girls anything whatsoever, and I got over 200 submissions. I had to like weed those out and then ask these like nice people to come in, and then everybody is so fucking good, and I have to like just pick one, and it's just fucked up. I don't know.
You don't like being in charge of like choosing that?
No, not at all.
See, I love that shit. To be at that table and be the one that's like, no, this is the most talented one. I'm like such a piece of shit. Like, there's like I am part of this Facebook like girls motivational comedy group that's like women only in comedy. And at first it was really cool. It started off being like women sharing submission packets and like telling, hey, this is this good show. Here's an email to send your whatever. It was useful. But now it's like a lot of SJW bitching about men, complaining about lineups, like posts about like who wants to start a squat challenge. And it's like, ugh, like I can't handle it. I just can't do it. It's so unfunny. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, I don't know. And like someone posted in it, some girl, she posted in it how she'd been doing comedy for over 10 years. And she was like, I'm just tired of it. It's like, she said I wasn't going anywhere and she hated it. And everyone's like, you should just take a break and see if you like it later. And I commented, I was like, quit. If you're not good at it after 10 years, you need to quit. And I mean, a lot of people got mad and they were like, no, you could keep trying. And it's like, I mean, the thing is with comedy is like, for women especially, anyone can try something for 20 years and nothing doesn't happen and then they have a pop in 30 years. But for women, actually not everybody, men, like all men could do that. But women have to make it early.
You think so?
Yes. What famous women do you know in stand-up comedy that started really late besides like Roseanne?
Nobody.
Yeah, they all got famous early and then had a long career. I'm not saying women can't have long careers. I'm saying if you've been doing it for 10 years and no one knows you yet, I mean, you have to look at it. You are a woman in comedy. There are no other women in comedy. There are, but like it's very, very rare for funny women to be in comedy. So like there's not much competition.
Yeah, no, that's true.
If you're funny.
Yeah.
It's not that much competition. So if you've been doing it for 10 years and you're good at it, then you're either not going out enough, you're not being in the right place at the right time, or you're not actually funny.
I actually think that's good advice for that woman, to tell her to quit.
Why would you keep trying?
Yeah.
It's been 10 years in something that you should be able to almost fly through because there are no slots that are being taken from funny women.
There should at least be like a realization, like, I don't know, I guess some people just have more in them than I do, but like I couldn't try for 10 years at something and still decide to continue to pursue it. Like still think I'm good at it. After 6 months of something, I'm like, I'm terrible, I should quit. Like, yeah. Like something that I'm just beginning to learn and I should expect to be slow at it. I'll be like, I should quit. I'm never going to get any better than this. Like,
yeah. So you've got to know when to quit. You can't, and to spend so much of your time trying to make a dream come true that probably won't is like super sad to me. And it's like, how terrible is it that you have all these people around you encouraging you to do something you're bad at? You have no true friends that are like, hey, maybe you'll like this better. Instead of being like, keep trying and like lying, just be like, maybe you're a better writer. Maybe you're a better actor. Maybe you're a better mom. Like, figure it out. I feel like people follow what they love too much and not what they're good at.
In a lot of cases, I don't know. I think sometimes people tend to be good at what they love.
Well, that's... No. What it is when you're good at something, you fall in love with it because it's easier to compete to be the best at it.
It's true.
This girl hates comedy because she knows there's no way in chance she's ever going to be the best. It just feels like shit knowing you're always going to be at the end of the race.
So then why is that the thing you want to do?
Exactly.
Like, just...
because you love it. You love that feeling of being last in a race because you love getting out of breath. Go fucking jog at another park, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't even have to be in a race. Go for a jog if you like to run.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I'm starting to feel that with filmmaking. Like, I haven't been studying it for as long as some other people in my school, but I don't feel like I'm that good at it. And when I look at my shit, I'm like, don't make another film. Like, it's
and it's really important.
It takes so much time and energy, and it sucks. Like,
and like, if you were good at it and you enjoyed doing it, then like, yeah, keep doing it, even if that first film sucked. But like, it's so important to have a little bit of self-awareness.
Yeah,
you don't want to be like, I have family that keeps doing this thing where like, I'll have like people like, I don't like when people like talk about what they're gonna do a lot. Like, I have some family members that are like, I'm going to go into this career, and they post about it for 2 months, and then nothing ever happens, and then 6 months later, they're like, I'm going into this career. It's my passion. It's like, you can't, like, you just have to go do it. Like, you can't really post. People like to see you fail.
That's like girls who, have you ever seen girls who, like, post about how much they fucking love their boyfriend, and he's their whole entire world, and then literally, like, 3-4 weeks later, it's the same fucking post, but it's about a new guy.
A new guy.
Like,
I have a girl monthly. I mean, almost every 3 or 4 months, she has a new boyfriend, and it's always like quotes like, I've never had this feeling before. And it's like, you can only say that so many times. Like, so save it. That's what I'm just saying. Like, save it.
How many feelings do you have?
Yes, you can't have this many passions. Or maybe you can, and I'm just talking out of my ass, and I'm wrong, and you guys that are listening are like, Kim doesn't know anything, but... this is my podcast for my opinion. So fuck off.
No, I mean, I feel like you could say that maybe like each time you have a kid.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
But you can't say it for every boy. You can't say this is something new. I've never felt like this before. You're different than every other man. For every man. It's like you have an issue, obviously.
That's crazy.
There's a girl that she had a boyfriend on my Facebook. She had a boyfriend 3 months ago, a different boyfriend, and she was posting about him every day. They were doing like things like camping trips. He'd wake her up with flowers in the morning. They loved everything. And then suddenly she had like 2 Facebook posts in 2 days about how like life should get better one day and her pain will end. And then the next day she had a new boyfriend. She was like, then those people, the excuses they use is they say like, I've known him for 3 years. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't look crazy that they're just getting together. Like, I love my boyfriend. We've known each other for the last 4 years.
He actually helped me get through all that shit with that jerk off that I just got rid of.
Yes. And then the next Monday they were engaged, and now they're married. And this all happened in 3 weeks.
Oh my God.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that's terrible.
It's really scary. And you're like, she needs to hug herself. She needs to pause for a second. She needs to like throw everything from every ex-boyfriend she's ever had away. She needs to throw it all away. She needs to throw away her sheets. She needs a new mattress that has never had any man in it. She needs to, like, people like that, you need to, like, just fucking be with yourself for a minute. Get all the things that are your own and just sit with yourself. And,
I think they constantly, like, the issue must be constantly craving this, like, attention
love.
And affection.
It's a love thing. You want love.
Yeah. But, like, to not be able to walk through your day not having that is an issue, I think.
I think that you can't... It sounds really hacky. People are always talking about self-love and loving yourself, but it's super important because anyone can leave you, and you don't want someone to leave you and you to have nothing. You need to...
That, but, like, anyone could leave you, could fucking die. Like, literally, you could wake up tomorrow, your entire life is different than you ever thought it would be.
Yeah. anything can happen. Anything can happen. So the bare
some kind of security that's just like in your skin, like it's in the thing you walk around with.
Yes.
Like,
the bare minimum you need to have is self-love. So then at least you're not running on empty.
Yeah.
You know, you have to leave yourself a little bit of gas to get through life. And that's self-love, because after everything goes away, that's the only thing you're going to have is loving yourself.
Yeah, that also makes you a better partner as well, like by a long shot.
So it only helps. It makes you a better human.
Yeah. Like, I don't think you could, that's a lot of the reason why these girls are like constantly moving through different relationships. It's because like you can't sustain something when you don't even have like
it inside of you.
You don't have it inside of you. Yeah.
You don't have it to sustain. There's nothing there.
Yeah. Like how you're going to
I'm going to go back to the gas thing. You're trying to get someone to ride in your car and you're not putting any gas in it. There's no self-love in your car. So the car's not moving anywhere and you're just letting different passengers in, hoping you're going to go somewhere.
Right.
But you just need to fill your own tank for a second. You need to fill your own tank. Even if that means not getting out of the car and going and doing something else till you have enough money to fill your own tank. You need to stop letting people in your car and fill your tank. You know what I'm saying? Like, just a little bit. Like, a lot of people ask me, I've been asked before, like, if I'm going to start doing stuff with Lewis, like, together, like, comedy together and stuff. And I'm like, I don't mind working with Lewis on different projects and stuff that we come up with. But, like, I never want to be dependent on somebody else for my career. If I don't want me and Lewis to break up and then maybe, like, oh, how are we going to split our career? It's like, I want my own gas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, digital.
My own gas digital, literally. That's so funny. No, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's just nice to have, I want my own money. I don't want like, I want to not be dependent on someone. I want to really be in love, but not dependent.
See, I'm looking at that from so far away because I'm literally still dependent on my parents. Like,
yeah, you live a whole different life than me.
The idea of just being wholly personally sufficient sounds really nice, but I think second to that is relying on your parents, and then third to that is like relying on an outside like man. Do you know what I mean?
Do your parents?
I'm more comfortable relying on my parents than having like a boyfriend who I super rely on for that kind of stuff.
Uh-huh.
I don't know why.
Okay, and you don't have to answer this. Do your parents give you like a monthly amount of extra money to spend?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm dying to know how much.
How
much do they give you to spend, Alex?
It's like about $150 a week.
Oh my God.
I know, it's so gross. Oh my God.
I mean, no, listen. Wow. Just good for you. I can't even hate. I honestly can't even hate, because you know what? A lot of the times people are raised the way Alex is raised, but Alex is like really smart. You're a self-starter. You work very hard. You're a really hard worker, and you're a really nice person. You're a good person. You would never know. I thought you were trash.
Thanks. Everybody seems to think that.
You're too nice to be rich.
I don't feel like I'm like rich. I don't know.
You're rich.
Okay.
You have no idea. You're rich. If your parents have any extra, oh my God, if my mom gives me $50, I put her out. I literally put her out of that she's not eating a meal for that week. I have to send my mom $50. No, my parents do fine, but they're just like they're lower middle class. They live pretty paycheck to paycheck.
That's yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But it's also like you would think that it would be damaging to you, but you seem normal.
I always feel like I'm like just like straight middle class, like directly in the middle, but that's just
you're probably upper middle class.
I've had friends who like, I guess I grew up around people who were like way richer than me.
What do your parents do for work again?
My mom is a divorce lawyer.
And your dad?
And my dad is retired now, but he used to do like construction work like all on his own. He just like get hired for shit.
Yeah.
Then before that he drove an oil truck and stuff.
Yeah, your parents are rich, dude. You're like probably like upper middle class. Like way upper middle class. You're probably like right on the edge of being rich.
I've definitely had the privilege of not really.
Or maybe I don't know what rich is. Maybe there are rich people going, that bitch is poor, because I don't know what super rich. Because my parents never gave me anything, so I don't know what giving your kids a week would be considered rich. I had a friend whose parents would leave her $500-$600 every 3 days for no reason in high school. So that's like really rich.
Yeah. And I've seen that too, which is what makes me feel like I'm more in the middle. I've definitely had the privilege of like not having to worry about money as a kid, or like now even I don't spend a lot.
And you're the only child, so it's like you're the only thing they have to spend on. If I had a kid, it's like, fuck it. That's what they did. That's probably what their plan was. We'll have one kid and she won't have to worry and she'll live a fun life. And that's cool with me. I think that's fine.
I mean, I do offer all the time. I'm trying, like I pay for my own food. Like I pay for gas. I pay for parking and stuff like that. And my mom like reimburses me this money because she knows that I'm paying it instead. Like,
oh my gosh, yeah.
She wants to pay for food. She wants to pay for parking and like just expenses at school. But like I'm like 7 years into college now. Like that didn't need to be a thing.
Yeah.
So,
but let her. Just let her if she wants to. Fuck it. Just let her, Alex. Just let her. You're their only child. You're the only thing they have to look forward to in life. You're their fucking everything. You're their everything, you lucky fucking bitch. I hate this slut next to me. Fuck Alex. Fuck you.
Kim, I wanted a sister so bad.
I had 3 sisters. We had to share clothes for like years. My sisters would like, and I was the oldest, so I didn't even get clothes. I got the new clothes, actually.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Jesus, you're in the best position.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, the fourth.
But I was also like
fourth sister. But I was to wear just like these raggedy old.
Well, the 4th sister came from a different family, so she was the first in that family.
Oh, okay.
So she's good
for her.
Yeah.
For her.
The 3rd sister came from the new marriage, so she was good too.
Okay.
So my parents, my mom and my dad had me and my sister April, and then each of them split up and had a new baby with their new person. So that's how I have 3 sisters. I have one that's my full sister and 2 half sisters.
And so your half sisters are like technically not related to each other.
No, but they thought they were growing up because my parents, I wouldn't say, it's such a weird relationship that my parents have. My mom and my dad, they don't hate each other at all. They've never gotten, like when we were really young, it was bad. It was like, trauma. There was like a lot of like, there was cops at our house all the time. It was like so bad that I can't believe they get along so well now.
I mean, that's good for now.
That started probably when my mom got with my stepdad, because my stepdad and my dad became friends, and that changed everything.
Oh, that's so convenient that they just happen to have like melding personalities that.
Well, they're both
together.
very different, but they both have the thing in common that my mom annoys them. So that's like they both like surf together and just bitch about my mom. I think. And so so my mom met my stepdad, and this is pretty crazy. I don't think my mom knows that I know, but I know that my mom cheated on my dad with my stepdad, and that's what happened, which is crazy.
Okay, so he like ruined the marriage, but then came in and like made it better.
Yes,
that's
in a way.
Crazy.
He cheated on my mom with my stepdad. They hated each other from like, that happened when I was 5. I totally remember everything, and my mom thinks I don't. She like, I'm like, did this happen? She'll be like, no, and I'm like,
oh, I thought you meant that you found out recently, and she doesn't know.
No, I remember.
I remember. She doesn't know.
I remember seeing him sneak into the house at night, and her not thinking I saw.
That's fucked up.
And he had really long hair.
Oh my God.
Yes. And I remember I thought my mom was a lesbian.
What were you thinking? Oh, okay. I was going to say, do you think it's just like a man was coming into your
house?
No,
I thought it was a girl. And then my mom told me it was her sister. I was like, there was someone with long hair here? And she was like, yeah, my sister spent the night. And then my dad was like, was someone here? And I was like, I remember being a little kid and saying out loud, yeah, mom's sister spent the night. And my dad was like, that doesn't make sense. She doesn't live in this country.
Damn. That's fucked up.
And then I remember looking at my mom being like, didn't someone come here? Like out loud. So I think I caused the divorce. I think I blew the cover. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And I think I remember that, and my mom denies it because I think she doesn't want me to feel bad.
Right, but
I don't care.
You could never feel bad for that if you.
No,
were
I'm
like
too selfish. I'm a comic.
I mean, even then though, it's like it's literally like
it's what kids do. They say things out loud.
Saying that, yeah.
And I didn't understand.
That's hilarious.
But I remember thinking my mom was a lesbian, so I knew what being a lesbian was at 5 years old. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. Definitely.
Because you think that kids don't really know much, but they do.
I didn't know about gay and lesbian until after I invented sex, I think.
By the way, if you didn't listen to the last episode, Alex thinks that she thought she invented sex when she was a child. She like just had the sudden urge to put a dick in her pussy, and she was like, that could fit, and she thought that she invented that thought.
Like, yeah, like I had never heard of it before, but like I thought of it.
So Alex is the inventor of sex. That should be your name on this show. Alex, the inventor of sex.
Oh my God. That's definitely not a title that anybody would ever give to me.
But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so then am I rambling too much?
No.
This is crazy though.
I love it.
Then my dad and my stepdad started hanging out like 3 years after that happened because they both like to surf. And I guess they had like
That's so soon, Kim. That's so soon after like finding out that your wife was cheating on you with this dude to be hanging out with him.
I think at that point my parents' relationship was in such a bad
really
place
needed a friend.
that he was like, they both understood why they needed to be apart. Once they broke up, they were like, thank God this happened because we're all so much happier.
Like literally got to such a better place that they were like, all right, maybe we could like try to integrate this new thing now.
Growing up, my dad wasn't the best dad. Like he wasn't there. I wouldn't say he was a good dad. He was a good dad as in like he was there every birthday, every Christmas, every holiday. He like calls, but he like breaks promises and is that, like that. But it made it better because like my stepdad would bring him out to dinner with us and it'd be like me, my mom, my sister, my dad, and my stepdad. And the waitress would be like, oh, and it'd be like, oh, that's my stepdad and that's my dad. And the people would be like shocked and they're like, that's so nice. And I remember the family love that people thought it was nice, and it kind of changed the way we thought about it.
I mean, that is really nice. Mm-hmm. It's crazy
and
nice.
Then, so now, and like my dad would come over on Christmas. He'd sleep on the couch during holidays, and like would be me and my stepdad and my dad opening presents and stuff. So it was always nice.
Yeah. That's
and I think that's the way to go.
I'm surprised.
How
I feel
do we
like
get
a lot
into
of
this?
people
Your
just
parents
can't do it, honestly.
Yeah, it's hard for people.
My mom deals with divorces, which I think is crazy. I mean, she deals with like getting people custody of their kids and whatnot.
Did we smoke that whole blunt?
I think we smoked the whole blunt.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah, is this a weed pen?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's just like a little extra hit now and then.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
Oh, no.
What the fuck just happened?
No. Do you want some hood soda?
Alex just offered me, I swear to God, you guys. I mean, it looks like 6-day-old, the very last centimeter of a root beer that says aged vanilla. I mean, you can see the spit bubbles on the top. It's the grossest drink I've ever been offered. I'm going to stick to my water. Alex, thank you so much. You're really sweet.
I told you.
She is generous, guys. She's rich, but she's generous.
It was all that I had in front of me, and I just wanted Kim to stop coughing because I got nervous and I didn't know how to fill Kim's coughing silence.
Anyway, so yeah, parenting's crazy. Some people can't do it.
Delicious, by the way.
I hate root beer.
Oh, I love root beer.
Ugh.
I mean, if I'm going to pick a regular soda.
I have to stop drinking soda. You should do the 30-day water challenge with me.
Okay, when do I start?
We should start tomorrow.
Okay.
30 days of just water.
Deal.
Just water.
I will literally do it with you.
Really?
Yeah. That's how easy it is to convince me of basically anything. Like,
I'm going to start a cult, and Alex is going to be my first.
This is how I ended up working for Lewis.
She pays Lewis to work for him, you guys. Her parents do. She doesn't. Oh, man. So you just like can go to the doctor whenever you want to.
I can. I was thinking today, I think that when you reach a certain age, you can't be on your parent. 26. Mm-hmm. I have just a couple more. I have like 8 more months of being on mom and dad's health insurance.
I know. Take advantage. Well, you can do an extension for a few months too, just so you know.
We're gonna do that.
Do that, and then your parents will just buy you insurance. Don't worry, Alex. You'll be. There's literally. I'm just thinking about it. You just don't have to worry. She'll just have insurance after that. Still, you guys. The last thing her parents. They're not going to stop at her health. They're not going to give her everything in life plus $700 a month, and then be like, the medical thing. We think you could do without.
My mom works so fucking hard. She works herself exhausted.
Oh, just to fucking buy everything for you.
It's fucked up. Like, I can't even talk about it like this.
But can she quit work? Like, does she want to, or does she love it?
She wants to quit. I think she's got a couple more years to go.
How old is she?
She is 63.
Oh, your parents are older parents.
She was born.
They had you in their 30s or 40s.
Yeah. She had me when she was 36.
36.
And my dad was 46.
46.
So they are older, for sure.
That's the way to do it, because I had a friend, his name was Rob, in college, and his parents were older, and they fucking were loaded, dude. That's what my plan is. I mean, it's, you know what? Don't feel bad. Your parents did this on purpose.
I guess so.
This is my plan already, and I'm not gonna blame my child for spoiling them. I already know. Right now,
you're gonna have just one?
Probably just one when I'm older and I have a lot of money. Why not? I'm going to be healthy. I plan on living a very long time. I'm trying to be a healthy person, drink more water. I'm trying to eat less meat, more vegetables. I'm going to stop smoking. I think I'm going to not even do pens anymore. I'm going to just try and stop smoking weed in general.
Our podcast is literally called Those High Chicks. Are you going to do edibles?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to still get high.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm never not going to get high.
Okay.
I'm just not going to smoke.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got sounds like high. Such a challenge.
That's going to be my last challenge. I'll probably move to vape.
Yeah. I quit cigarettes recently, and that's been like a challenge.
I need to quit blunts.
You should quit blunts first. Like, literally, if you move over to joints, you'll be healthier from blunts. Like,
I know, but I don't think it's just good to be inhaling smoke every day into your lungs,
or
right?
You could, like, go to bowls and
but it seems like maybe lungs were made for smoking.
Yeah.
Right? Like, the Native Americans did it. So why can't we?
I actually think with, I have, like, this mentality of just trying to justify whatever it is that I'm doing sometimes.
Because it makes you mentally happier?
Yeah, where I'm like, well, what about the ancient peoples? Like, they were able to, like, then...
They also died at 30.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It's definitely...
They lived to the ripe old age of 26. They were like grandparents at 26, like great-grandparents.
That's disgusting. Holy shit.
They had polio and, like, fucking diseases and lice. They were raping each other. Alex, we should be happy to be in this time.
Yo, how did not everybody get lice before they started treating lice?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know how everybody doesn't get bed bugs.
Yeah, that's
especially traveling
really
in the city and stuff.
Yeah,
you're just sitting on furniture that people are sitting on.
Or think about this: everybody like who travels to the city sleeps in a bed, right? Mm-hmm. And then gets up on a certain day and gets on the same plane, right?
Yeah.
And then they all like get off the plane and like other people board onto it.
Yeah.
Fucking lice all over the place.
Lice and diseases. I'm cold. Are you cold?
No, I'm comfy.
Okay.
I feel pretty good.
I'm really stoned.
I feel great, actually.
I know, me too.
Now that I process, I'm like, yeah, it's nice.
Is it the weed or the talking? Letting it all out. Tell us, Alex.
No, I'm pretty sure it's the weed. In therapy, I usually just cry.
Oh my God. I cry too.
Straight through therapy. I literally cry to her, and then I'm like, I just pay her to like have cried to her.
Oh my God. You know what I do? I can't see the same therapist twice because I cry too much and I get embarrassed. So I just keep paying different therapists to cry in front of.
It's really embarrassing, Kim, but I have to say, I would not advocate for that. You should see the same therapist.
I know.
They're
Trust me,
so
the therapist I see every different day tells me that. I'm like, so you're the new one. Listen, this is our first and last session. I'm going to cry, and then we're never going to see each other again.
Jesus.
I was like, I can't have you look at me in the eyes after I cry like this. I don't like being vulnerable like that.
I hate it, but I found this really nice Asian woman. She speaks with this, like, Korean accent, and she makes me feel really comfortable. She's just like super calm. She's got a bunch of toys in her office for little kids, and I just like look at them. I usually like make eye contact with this doll in the corner while I talk.
Yeah,
and I just like cry, and then I reach for her. I usually use almost a whole box of tissues.
I did that once. Okay, and you keep going back. You're so brave.
I've been going back for like 6 months now. This was the first time I've been able to stick to a therapist because I used to get embarrassed. Not even at showing emotion. I just hate the moment when they're waiting for you to say something and you don't really know how to begin. So you have this like long silence where they'll just wait and you're like, I don't know how to start, so I'm going to wait for you to say something. You wait for like 30 seconds. That used to kill me. Like it makes me so fucking uncomfortable that I never want to see. Like, I'm like, I never want to see you again. Like, after this 30-second silence.
I tried something.
Ask me something.
Recently that I really, really, really liked.
Yeah?
And it was a group therapy.
Really?
Yes.
You just need attention, Kim. Oh my God.
It was an open mic. I fucking killed. I'm like writing for my therapy too. It's sick. I have a problem for sure.
Wait, what is that like though? Everybody takes turns? I wouldn't want to sit through other people's turn. I'd
It's
be like,
nice.
boring.
And
My turn.
No, it's nice because you hear that other people have problems too. It really is humbling.
Everybody's really sincere.
And
it's not just like listening to someone else in class talk about their stupid fucking film. I'm sorry.
You're seeing the deepest part of people. It's really entertaining. That's why I like it. It's really entertaining. It's an hour of seeing the darkest insides of someone.
Do other people cry?
Yes. And
I
then
couldn't do that to a bunch of people. I couldn't put my shit out to like a room full of people.
Why?
Oh my God. I'd be so like ashamed and embarrassed.
No, you should hear the shit people talk about. And I wouldn't talk about it because it's anonymous, but it's like, it's crazy. And these people, they are like normal looking people. That's the thing. There's all different kinds of them. And some are young and beautiful and you'd never think. And then they start speaking and they're just sobbing. And you only get a few minutes.
That sounds harrowing.
It's crazy. We could go together once if you want.
I would actually love
just the experience.
Yeah, that sounds wild.
Yeah.
Have you ever gone?
They're really good. If you ever want to go to group therapy, fucking do it. It's dope. It's the dopest kind, I think. Maybe because I'm a comic, for sure, right?
Yeah, probably. You have to be comfortable talking to a group in the first place.
No, because a lot of people don't even speak. A lot of people listen for like 7 sessions, and then like when I went, I only went once. I went recently. A comic told me about it, and I went, and it was like some people will talk and be like, "Oh, I'm so proud of myself. This is my 9th time here. It's my first time talking." So it's like you go and you just go until you're ready, and you really want to because people are like really
AA
spilling.
like that too. Like
probably,
yeah.
Maybe I accidentally went to AA.
I've been to AA meetings as like projects from my Catholic school who desperately wanted us to stay away from alcohol.
Really?
Yeah. Like they would send us to AA meetings.
That's dark.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no. It was really fucked up. They would make us like they were just I'm not a big fan of Catholic school or the Catholic religion.
Was it weird? Was there any sketchy shit going on?
I mean, yeah, definitely. There was a lot of sketchy shit going on. I feel like they just wouldn't like allow anybody to be anything that's like not religiously okay.
Weird.
It was intense. Yeah.
Fuck that.
Like I'd heard stories of like pregnant girls at the high school, like where the school was alerted that they were pregnant and they were like, well, listen, whatever it is that you decide to do, you just can't come back here. Like you're expelled, basically.
They like gave them the option of abortion or what?
No. They were just like, we don't really care. Like you're out either way. It doesn't matter.
You can't. You fucked.
Just don't talk to us again, and hopefully
it's like
you'll
cult,
go have your like. The implication is that like, of course you won't have an abortion. You'll go have your baby, but you can't come back to school since you're going to have your baby.
Yeah.
And then after that, I guess they don't give a fuck what you do because you're
up.
gone.
And then these girls don't have an education, and that's it.
Yeah.
That's sad. And like when you're in high school, you just want to fuck. That's crazy. It's your instincts. And that's why, and then you don't have any sex education because you're in Catholic school because you're not supposed to be having sex.
Oh my God. They literally never showed us how to put a condom on or anything like that. Our sex ed courses were like talking about all of the like venereal diseases that you could get and like going into detail about all of them and like what sexual acts could contract them and how to avoid that, which is basically not to have sex.
Yeah, you know
anything.
what? We never had a sex positive class. Like in 5th grade, fifth grade they had a class where they came in to talk to the girls about periods and deodorant and
I never had that even.
They
That's
split
good.
but they split the boys and the girls up, which was strange.
Yeah,
that's a strange way to do it.
Everybody could learn about periods, Jesus.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And the boys learned about condoms.
Otherwise, we just have to teach them about it when they're older.
And the boys learned about condoms. And it's like, girls need to learn about condoms too.
Girls need to learn about condoms more than boys need to learn about condoms.
Yes, definitely. Like,
only practice on
boys
themselves
never
at
have
home.
condoms. Girls always bring the condoms. There have been times where like went to go hook up with a guy and I've been like, do you have a condom? And he was like, nope. And I'd be like, okay, never mind. And I go to leave and he's like, suddenly he has a condom.
That I would be a better sex ed teacher than any of my sex ed teachers ever were.
We should start our own sex ed classes.
We should do a sex ed class.
We should do a sex ed class.
Yeah, I'm down. I actually feel sort of passionately about sex ed because like my school was so like
my school was really bad too.
Dumb, yeah.
And my mom told me growing up that if I had sex, I was going to go to hell before I was married.
I believed that anything that I did that I knew that like anything I did throughout the day that I knew was like not the right thing to do was like taking me one step closer to hell. And I still sort of believe it. Like
no,
I don't want to, but like it creeps on you when you're just like raised that way.
Every once in a while when I'm having sex, I'll get a guilt. Like an old school religious guilt where I go, I shouldn't be doing this because I'm not married. And then I'm like, what am I thinking? And it's like almost like a PSC because I'm like very far from religious, but that's how I grew up. My mom told me always growing up, if I had sex before marriage, I was going to hell. And now she's like cool with it. Like my sisters in high school definitely asked my mom for birth control. My mom's like, she said it's for her acne, but I think she's lying. And she like doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so it's like times have changed. So
yeah, I don't know.
Were your parents cool with you having sex in high school?
Not openly, but like let me get birth control as soon as I wanted it.
Okay, and so they were cool. They were cool.
They were like, leave the door open in your bedroom, and I was like, no, and just closed it.
Really?
Yeah, and there was just like a couple times where they came up, they were like, hey, I thought we said door open, and they tried that like 5 times, and then eventually they realized that like they were gonna have to come and say that every single night for the rest of time until they just let me close the door.
How old were you then?
17.
Okay, yeah. That's around the time my mom started letting me close the door with my boyfriend in the room.
Yeah, I didn't have a boyfriend until I was 17. You definitely were like cooler at a younger age than I was.
I was like little boyfriends that were like,
I was like 12 until I was like 16.
Tell them what I just showed you.
Okay, wait, before we started recording, Kim took me through like her fucking photo bucket from 10 years ago. Just really took me on a stroll down memory lane. It was really vivid. It really painted a picture of like who Kim used to be and like how she grew into this girl who I'm talking to. I liked it.
Like what was in it?
It was like Kim making out with like all the little boys from high school.
It was middle school.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Only one of the boys was from high school. Those were all middle school.
And just like lots of
no, those were all like I think in between summer of 8th and 9th grade. Those were all like one summer. I kissed like 10 boys.
Yeah, and then we didn't open them up, but I did see like a lot of like duck facey pictures. There was like font at the bottom of one that had like basically a caption of like what Kim would be saying. I don't know.
It's like Instagram captions, but on the picture. Remember you used to do that and you used to decorate it?
Yeah, and like in a pretty like colored font.
There was one me doing a split on a trampoline. It said, "Before I got fat."
Yeah.
Oh, it's so embarrassing. You know what's crazy? I took a picture in my room when I was like 14, one of those like slutty trying to be cute pictures.
Yeah, that's where it starts, I feel.
Yeah, and there was a poster of Chad Michael Murray in the background. Do you remember him?
Yeah, totally. Right? I actually said that the kid that you showed me from Photo Bucket looked like him.
Oh yeah. Chad Michael Murray. There's a picture of him on my wall. I was obsessed with him in high school. Is that when you were in high school? 14? Yeah, that's like 9th grade.
Yeah, something like that. You would have, yeah, for sure.
I was obsessed with him in high school. And then when I started doing stand-up comedy, I found that picture and I posted it on my Facebook. And I was like, haha, 14-year-old Kim, you know, blah, blah, blah. I love Chad Michael Murray. And then I got a text from my friend and comedian, Stephen Kramer Glickman, and he had sent the picture to Chad Michael Murray.
That's crazy.
And Chad Michael Murray wrote back, ha, ha, ha. That's hilarious.
Wow.
And it was like Throwback Thursday. My friend's a comedian. She put this up for Throwback Thursday. She used to be obsessed with you. And he wrote, ha ha ha, that's hilarious. Because there was a picture of him on my wall, me being a slutty 14-year-old. And I was like, 14-year-old me would have never imagined that the moment I snapped that picture,
that's crazy,
that man was going to look at that picture.
That Chad Michael Murray would get to see that picture. Wow, that's so trippy.
Isn't that weird to think about?
That's actually a weird thing, yeah.
Like when I took that picture, I was obsessed with this guy. I didn't go, he's going to see this one day.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's weird, right?
Yeah, I like that story though. That must have made you feel so good.
It did.
Like even the prospect of the fact that like he got to see a picture of you, but it was like a picture of you when you were 14.
Yeah.
Still shouldn't even ruin it.
No, it's dope. My childhood dream come true. I wanted him to look at me more than anything, and he did. And he looked at me when I was 14. That's what I asked the universe for.
I didn't have it for him that much. Like he didn't do it for me.
Oh, I loved him. Remember Brink, that guy from Brink, the skater?
Brink? Mm-hmm. I don't.
Eric Von Detten. Eric Von Detten.
Okay, hold on. I'm looking him up. I don't remember Brink.
Eric Von Detten. Click on him. Daddy. You don't remember him?
Oh, I know this kid's face. I feel like he was in a lot of shit.
Yeah. He was my big papa, my Disney Channel papa.
This kid's a little...
He was my dream. That's what I liked. I liked blonde hair and blue eyes growing up.
He's so pretty.
Hanson. I always wanted the little youngest kid on Hanson.
Hanson? I don't know that either.
No.
What was his name?
I don't remember, but you'll know. Just put Hanson Bros. Or that's it. See the youngest one that looks like a girl?
What?
I was obsessed with him.
This looks like I don't know her name.
Mary-Kate Olsen.
So, I mean, this looks like every blonde actress ever.
I think I was a lesbian when I was a kid. Because he definitely looks like a girl.
I mean, Kim, it's fine. We all have lesbian tendencies now and then.
Oh, I've heard of Alex's. Trust me, this bitch a lesbian.
I told you that Luke...
I told him.
Okay, yeah, because later on after last week's show, last week I mentioned this girl who I used to hump in 4th grade, and after the show I was hanging out with Luke from Legion of Skanks, and I was like just showing him hot girls who I knew on Instagram, just because I like to get him all riled up.
It is really fun to get him horny.
I get him so horny with like other girls, and then I just like watch him
and just sit in his horniness and want girls.
He's like, "Why'd you do this to me? Why?" So
I know I like rub my friends in his face. I'm like, "Look at my hot friend Luke," and then that's it.
Yeah, it's great. I do it all the time. I drive him home.
Why is it so easy to do that to him?
Because he's single. It's so funny. He's like a genuine friend, and it's what I do to him.
It's fucked up.
But yeah, I pull up this picture of this girl, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, by the way, this is a girl I used to hump in 4th grade." And he just like called her out by first and last name without missing a beat. And I was like, "Oh shit,
that's fucked up."
Luke knows her.
Oh no, what are the chances?
Oh my,
it's a small world.
Yeah, so I mean, it's fine. He knows our secret now.
That's crazy.
I thought it was just my secret. I just didn't want to blow her up.
Oh, now he knows both y'all's secret. Y'all used to hump. I wonder if she's a lesbian.
I don't think so. I think she's like been dating a dude for a while.
So you're both just holding it in really hard.
No, I'm really...
No, I can tell you're straight by the way that you laugh when I call you a lesbian.
Yeah, no.
I've had friends that I've thought were gay and I've been like, "You're a lesbian." They're like, "No. And it's like, okay.
Is that really the response?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. You get like angry if you really are. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
Are you showing me her?
I am going to show her to you, but don't say her name because I feel bad. Name. She's cute, but she wouldn't be my type by any stretch.
Yeah, she's cute. You humped a good one.
I humped a good one.
Yeah, I could see y'all humping. Y'all both skinny ass girls just humping away.
She really loves her pets, apparently. Yeah.
What if she named one of them after you?
That'd be sort of weirdly flattering. As long as she doesn't reach out to me about it, I guess I'm fine.
I hope you guys reconnect one day. Would you bring up the humping if you saw her again?
I don't think so, but I actually remembered that I used to have that situation going on with more than one girl.
I think I may have humped someone.
You have to. I feel like all girls hump someone. Like, and hump other
But
boats.
I think I told you about it. That girl in kindergarten that was like trying to play house and like pretending I was her lesbian mom. She would like
doesn't
hump
really
me.
count though. It's like this is a decision where the two of you look each other in the eye and you say, "We're going to do this, and we're not telling anybody at school about it." Like, you're old enough for that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's this comic Jamar Neighbors that talks about sucking a kid's dick when he was a kid.
Really?
Yeah. He was like, I'll put it in your mouth if you put it in my mouth, or something like that. He's so funny. Jamar has one of my favorite jokes ever. He has this joke where he says that it's weird that his dick is his sister's pussy's brother. It's like my favorite joke of his ever.
It took me a minute to figure out.
It's so funny. Just thinking of your dick as your sister's pussy's brother.
Sister's pussy's brother. Like if you lined all the family genitalia up. This is the dad, this is the mom.
Yeah, my dick is my dad's dick's son.
Like your dad's dick is the dick of the family, and your mom's bush is
mistress dick.
Yeah.
Wow. Good times. Do you remember any weird shit from when you were younger? Like from other kids and their families? Any like crazy friends or...
No, I mean, in high school, I had a really close friend who, like, she used to, like, come sleep at my house because, like, she had issues going on at her house, but nothing, like, that I've ever seen.
Yeah, we all had a friend like that needed some saving.
Yeah.
My sister's friend had... My little sister had made a friend in kindergarten. She was so cute and sweet. And, like, for sure, her mom was, like, on drugs and abusive. And, like, there was not much to do. Like, her dad was, like, nice and doing the best he could, but you could tell he's, like, run down by a bunch of kids. Mm-hmm. And then she was, like, every time she came over, she was dirty and hungry.
Aww.
And it was, like, so sad.
How old? This was, she was, like, still really young?
This was in, like, kindergarten.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and my mom would try to keep her, like, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So at least, like, 3 days a week she was...
Do you remember that exciting moment when you realized that, like, your play date is turning into a sleepover, or like the next day when you realize your sleepover is turning into a double sleepover?
Yes. Do you remember when your friend wanted a triple sleepover and you had to tell your mom to cut that shit out?
Yes. I do.
You're like, okay, bitch, sleep in your own bed for a night. Jesus.
Yeah, like she's annoying me now.
But sometimes I was that friend too that wanted the extra sleepover, I'm sure.
It depends on the dynamic. It's like the person in power is the person who's going to cut that sleepover off.
It's also how fun the house is. If like that person's house is way fun, you want to stay like forever.
It's true.
My mom would never let me stay more than 2 nights. She'd be like, no, you need to come home. That's not okay.
Oh, I was good at manipulating my parents.
Oh, you were?
Yeah.
I was good at tricking my mom in a way, like when I got older, like sneaking off to parties. Because my mom's thing was her way to make sure that I was... her way to make sure that I was home was to... have me call from my friend's house, so it showed up on the caller ID before we went to bed. So it'd say like it'd stay at the Smith house. When I called it, say the Smiths were calling at 11 p.m. So she'd know I was at the Smiths at 11 p.m.
That's super particular. And that's before cell phones?
Yes, this is before cell phones. And so she'd be like, or even after cell phones, this was when cell phones and house phones were still both a thing.
Simultaneous, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And she would be like, call me from the house. So what I started doing is, my best friend Jessica had a little sister named Colby who was always home, and she was like really cool. She's fucking the hottest chick ever right now. She turned into she's like 19 and a fucking 20. It's crazy. Anyways, and I always knew she was always such a cute kid. But she would stay home and we'd be like, Colby, we're going out tonight. We need you to do the thing for us. And my mom would call the house, or I would say, hey mom, I'll call you before I go to bed. Because that was a rule. Call me before you go to bed. And we'd go to bed around 11:30, 12, and I'd call her. Or she'd be like, call me around 11:30, 12, because she'd want me to be home then. Because if I was going to go out, it was going to be at 10. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just to keep me home late. And so I would call Colby from Jessica's cell phone because she was rich and she had a cell phone.
Nice.
So we'd call Colby. Colby would answer, and Colby would three-way my mom. So it would show up from their caller ID because that was the last line to call. Oh. And that's how, and I would call my mom.
And she was like a reliable little sister.
Always
did it.
Always down. Never sold us out. She was like dope. She was really cool.
She must have had a good relationship with her sister.
She did.
That's how you know.
She did.
Because otherwise, if she was a bitch, she would have just sold
me and my
you guys
sister
out.
sold each other out like constantly.
Yeah.
But not really. No, it was like 50-50 with me and my sister.
Oh my God, I want to have daughters who are on each other's team like that and team up against me. Like, I would take it just to know that, like, my kids have somebody on their side.
Me and all my sisters team up against my mom now. We're all, like, it's, like, sick now.
That seems nice.
It used to be a lot of separation and, like, but now when we're all together, it's like we're all moving in the same room. And, like, if one goes in my mom's bed, all three of us in there now. It's, like, it's so funny.
That's really cute.
Yeah, we all get along a lot better now, but not before. We're all 5 years apart.
5 each?
No, 5, like for me it's 5 or 5 10 11. So okay,
what? Oh, okay. Yeah. The two youngest are a year apart from each other. Okay.
And then
there's a 5-year
gap, and then there's another 5-year gap. So yeah, it's all like about a 5-year gap.
So you never had to be like in the same school at the same time, like high school. Yeah.
And I was always like the mean sister too. I was like for sure the mean one.
That's so funny.
And my two, like my younger sisters all got along with each other more because I was like so much older, and then I was like jealous about it. But now that we're all adults,
you felt like the odd one out, like by being like,
because I went to college and they were all still like they sharing clothes, and it was the age where they were getting to the age where they started sharing clothes and makeup. And started doing all those things that me and my other sister used to do, but they all started doing it together without me. And I was like jealous when I went to college. I remember.
Where did you go to college?
University of Florida.
Ooh, that must have been fun.
It was really fun.
I went to Penn State for like 3 semesters. It was fun. The most fun.
Your parents just sent you anywhere where children get raped.
It was actually I was there the semester that news broke. It was crazy. That was my very first semester there.
It's a crazy time to be there.
Yeah, it was about a month into my Penn State experience that the Sandusky news broke, and like there was like riots on campus. And I remember it was the night of my roommate's birthday, like the night of the riots, and everybody on campus was just like, we're going down to the riots, you want to come? Like it was like like instead of going to the frats that night, it was just everybody was going to the riots.
That was the thing to do.
Yeah. And me and this girl Abby, she wasn't my roommate then, but we became roommates later. It was her birthday, and we were like, fuck that, like this is the one night where all of the cops are gonna be in one area of town, and there's not going to be any police on campus whatsoever. Let's just go out to the very middle of the baseball field and smoke a couple fat ass blunts for your birthday.
That sounds so fun.
That's what we did. We just sat there. So I did not attend the riots, but like that's what I got out of the Sandusky fucking scandal.
That's great.
Yeah.
You got high. Your true self.
It's weird that I literally look back on the Sandusky scandal as like
a good time
in
your life.
It was such a positive time in my life. It was
hilarious.
Like, yeah. I'm like, oh, good times.
Oh, man.
Yeah, state schools are fucking fun, though. I'm sure Florida was
I worked at a bar, and it was called The Swamp. And it was like, I used to describe it as like a Coyote Ugly for like a college bar. It was like crazy. I mean, crazy. It definitely made me an alcoholic for at least 3 years.
Damn.
The 3 years I was there.
Well, I mean, yeah, I feel like a lot of people at that age on college campuses like that
in college
do a little stint of alcoholism.
I was drinking in college regularly 5 to 6 nights a week. Drinking heavily.
I've never been able to do that. I was like every weekend I would definitely
I was so fat.
Get into it.
I got so fat. My first year of college, I gained like 30 pounds. It was crazy.
It literally happens to like almost everybody.
Because there's so much alcohol. It's so fun. But I did have a lot of fun in college. Nothing really super crazy ever went down. I worked at a bar that was so fun. It was like I can't even describe. The best time of my life in college was working at that bar. I made friends that like me and Lewis are going to their wedding in October. Like I'm in the same group chat that I was in 2010.
That's crazy.
With the same 8 girls that I worked with at that bar. Like we're all still really close. I made the best friends. It's really true what they say, like you make really good friends in college, I think.
It's true.
I made friends that I'll have forever in college.
Yeah. My friends from college are all separated now, which is so sad.
That's
but like,
sad.
Yeah. Like really far separated. A lot of us came in from like out of state, but it was similarly so, just like the first time in my life where I ever was like with a group of people and actually felt like I belonged. Like,
yes,
like, wow, these people actually speak my language. Like I don't have to like try to get along with them. I feel like that's the first time you find that.
That's why they say, like, if you're having a hard time in high school, just wait to get to college. Like, don't be crazy, don't get suicidal, because like,
it's so true.
You'll really, everybody finds their people in college. You really find like the group of people you want to be around, because there's so many different people for the first time in your life that you can just like,
and you have the freedom and like independence to like choose.
And
entirely.
everybody's looking for friends. It's college. Everybody's looking for friends.
Yeah. It's
an
going
open.
To Penn State. Leaving Penn State was a very, very like difficult experience for me. But like going there, like I don't think I would go back and do it differently, because I literally had such an amazing time. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
well, I'd never even graduated. I dropped out my last semester.
Your last semester?
My last semester. I had one more semester. Yeah.
Oh my God, Kim, you have so many credits.
I know, but I was going for TV production. I got an internship in LA at a TV production company. I started doing stand-up. I dropped out of college, and then I got a job full-time at that production company for the degree that I was working for. So I was like, I could go back now. I was like, I could go back now, but now I have to quit this job for the degree that I'm working for. They already hired me without the degree.
I mean, I feel like I'm almost in, it's annoying. Like, I started working for Gas Digital like right before my senior year, and now like school has meant nothing to me since last summer. I mean, all of my time and energy goes into Gas Digital
because it's what you love and it's what you're good at. And
I'm really, really enjoying it.
And you're learning so much more, I'm sure, at Gas Digital than you ever did in school.
Yeah, and like I also get to do whatever the fuck I want as well. Like it's so like
it's a dream.
Creatively open that they're like, Lewis is like, you know, smoke your weed, do your thing, just be on time, and also get this done. And like that, nobody else is gonna say that to me. And it's honestly like the only way that I'm gonna work to like my best ability.
I think that's so cool that was something that was created.
Yeah, no, it is really cool. I'm like, don't want to be gay about it, but I'm super grateful to Lewis for all that.
Yeah, it's super cool. Gas Digital is definitely something to be proud of.
Yeah, it's
really awesome.
Super awesome. Super fun.
Yeah, I think that's about it. We should probably wrap it up.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Been going for an hour already.
Yeah.
Should we go longer? We can go longer if you want.
Know.
What time is it?
What time is it?
We have to go soon, maybe.
It's 9:14.
Hold on a second. Can you hold it down, Alex? Alex's biggest. I just saw the fear.
Fear flashed through my eyes. I'm gonna hold it down.
I just need to check my cell phone to see what time.
It's just me and you guys. Kim's just gonna go check her cell phone, see how much time we got left. If you haven't stopped listening yet, don't do it now. Kim's on her way back already. And here she is.
Hello, everybody. I'm back. I'm trying to figure out if we need to go now or not. We should probably just shut it down instead of doing this. Yeah. This is crazy. What are we doing?
Just made you guys listen to wait. Shut it down. Goodbye.
Bye.